I hope you were expecting me, and if you weren't, who cares? I walked right past, seeing as though your security guards were submerged in camouflage-covered filthy sex magazines.
Clearly, madam, you're not well.
And you're out of control. You can't treat people like this.
Who are you?
Jack Foster's sister-in-law, his wife's sister.
I see. Another soldier sent behind enemy lines, to face the Punisher.
You might have bones to pick with Jack, but Karen and my nephew should have been off limits.
Long as you know it's morning, and not afternoon. Unlike your confused and desperate sister. I'll donate this time slot to hear what else you have to say.
To hell with your time slots and donations. All right. My sister was rudely thrown out like a bag of trash, ejected from your so-called posh oil establishment. You very well should know I wasn't going to hesitate to give you a piece of my mind. What do you have to say for yourself, standing there like you own the world?
I do.
You don't.
Look, settle down, or I'll have you tossed out on your ridiculous hairstyle and brittle bones.
I'm not like my sister. I'm not afraid of you, or these thugs you call employees. And by the way, I thought I saw a burglar climbing through your window 4 stories down.
It was probably your non-paying rent, drunk of a boyfriend, looking for a job.
You wish. And good for you, you did a little homework on some of my background. So what? He has more compassion and integrity in his little finger than you do your entire body.
I'm sure.
That's exactly right. And you know it. I'm not going to stand here while you ignore me. It's too early for this foolishness. Stop what you're doing. This instant. I'm waiting.
It's most certainly not a first for you to wait and won't be a last.
You don't know me.
One fact remains. You and your sister are psychiatric outpatients.
Takes one to know one. You're the sick person, not us.
I adore the library, but a lunch date would have been more romantic.
Don't be dramatic, Helen. Can I start by saying, I can never take my eyes off you, you're so beautiful.
Go on.
And, I have to stay close to the job. The Goldman project has us on a tight schedule.
Richard Goldman.
The blueprint he green-lit looks pretty impressive.
He's very rich, I guess so.
Are you counting the man's money?
Not exactly.
Honey, that kind of behavior's beneath you.
Well, with the kind of dead presidents they have, it's hard not to.
Stay focused, my love.
I should be telling you that, mister.
Back to the real king and queen. Us.
Absolutely. Now, Ryan, you know I'm not able to take time away from my office like this.
I know, darling. Can't a man crave what he misses night and day?
You're such a charmer.
You look radiant and gorgeous right now. I woke up with something hard. If you know what I mean.
Ryan, stop it. Their kids here 6 aisles away.
I could have said worse. I'm not uncivilized despite my animalistic ways of doing things in the bedroom.
Does being in public strike you just a little, sir? You need serious help. Maybe you ought to sit in on some of my group therapy sessions.
No thanks. Besides, I saw an instructor round them up for outdoor activities. They left. It's just me, you, and the old geezer behind the desk shuffling library cards and eating saltine crackers.
Don't try to make me laugh.
Long as I'm loosening your grip off my neck, then I must be doing something good.
Not quite. You're something else. But you do look quite handsome in your work clothes.
Don't start anything you can't finish. You know how we get down.
Don't worry yourself. I won't.
As usual, you get me going, then pump the brakes. Look, honey, I had to see you.
We're both busy. Time's up.
Helen, come on. Not this. You won't answer my calls.
And why do you think, Brian?
Playing games, apparently.
Never.
I miss you too, more than you know. So, don't act like you don't feel the same. We both get restless on those rainy, cold nights.
If you are going to spoon feed, you must first convince them that the food is edible, nutritious, and will benefit them.
So I'm getting intellectual, Dr. Helen, in the middle of lunch.
Have you been feeding me a diet of lies?
Okay, I'll play along.
I want the truth.
I've convinced you. All other food is poisonous. Except mine. I stand by that. My intentions are pure.
I don't know anything anymore. This. You and me.
Don't say that.
Your actions are not lining up with your words.
What do you want me to do? Quit my job, make my life all about you? Walk around fainting and craving for you, till you give me the time of day? Will that make you happy?
No, don't be ridiculous. Of course not.
And of course I wouldn't shortchange myself. It wouldn't be fair to me. Or you. But I need you to know. Look at me, honey. I do love you.
I love you too.
I haven't been seeing other women. I know that's what you think.
I'm not an insecure woman. But you have to do better.
Sometimes, the truth is very difficult to stomach, if you insist they're lies.
I need more.
I hear you.
Do you?
I noticed in recent years days seem shorter. Don't you think, detective?
It's the crack of dawn. Pretty early, for self-reflection and life analysis. Aside from an astrological, geographic standpoint, it also depends on how one views their place on this earth, and their own life expectancy.
I guess.
Look, Jack. Let's not waste time. Every minute counts.
Can't argue with you there. How can I help you?
We both know why I'm here.
Yeah, I'm afraid I do.
Let's get down to business. As you well know, Richard Goldman is out on bond, carrying on without a care in the world.
So what? He's one of the wealthiest men around. His business is not mine. And what does his whereabouts have to do with what I got going on?
You can't be serious. Your depression, lack of reality, must really be at an all-time high.
Look, I'm mentally hanging on by a thread. My wife and child are stressed to the max. I have to cut my losses at this point.
Negative.
Why?
Look at yourself. The Goldmans have destroyed you. You're sitting in that chair without any power or authority to exercise justice.
Look, detective. I'm tired of this.
No. You're shaking in your boots of this. One man, Richard Goldman.
Nonsense.
Is it?
It doesn't matter. I'm exhausted. I haven't eaten properly in God knows how long, but no one cares. So now I'm being interrogated. I'm the bad guy. Wow.
At this very moment, absolutely, it's the inevitable.
I can't tell you which way is up, man.
Again, you're not exhausted enough apparently if you are not willing to hold the Goldmans accountable for breaking major laws and causing your family financial ruins.
You're right.
Of course I am. The fire's not in you. A blind man can see, you've given up.
Come again?
Let me break it to you like this.
Go ahead. You're not going to stop anyway.
Why show up here, pretend you can perform at the fullest capacity, when you can't?
I'm trying to forget. Hold on to what dignity I have left. Pray my family forgives me for what I put them through. Move on from the attacks.
Attacks?
That's what they were. Simple. Ignore it.
One could attest. These attacks you mentioned.
I know what happened. You don't. My wife won't sleep with me because of all this. My child hates me.
Your retaliation against him didn't work. He's come to you for favors in the past. Make this count. Like it or not, given the last piece of information about your personal life, your hands are certainly not clean for more reasons than one.
Go straight to hell.
Listen, these are the facts. You're merely a propped-up charity case in here. Window dressing at this point, and not in a good way, Jack.
And they're going to regret they did this to me.
Money is the weapon.
Absolutely.
Richard has plenty of it.
Unfortunately.
The plot thickens, Jack.
How?
Think.
You have all the answers.
Wake up. The Goldmans have made damn sure you were stripped of everything that meant anything to you.
I'm tired, man, can't you see?
Sis, who hasn't heard that one?
I know, me. Apparently. Nothing seems to be going according to plan.
I get it. You don't have to try so hard, Stormy. He knows what he had. Now look at him.
I can't. I was the better choice.
Of course. He's not blind, he wears glasses for Pete's sake.
You're a mess.
I call it like I see it.
Talk to me, friend.
If you can't recognize your value firsthand, we can't expect anyone else to do so.
I agree. I wish I understood the full dynamics of the inner dealings of the way a man thinks.
I used to want that, but I realized it was pointless.
You don't say.
They really are from Mars.
I see.
But don't beat yourself up. It's his loss.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that.
It's true, I would never lie about something so serious, especially when your feelings are at stake. You are the prize he obviously cannot attain appropriately.
Well, his new girlfriend doesn't think so.
She's a loser with no sense of direction.
Or sense of fashion for public consumption.
Period.
Thanks. I've tried everything.
I'm sure. You can't predict whether or not someone's going to change their mind. Self-esteem's important. We can't lose ourselves.
Can't predict a change of heart either. Good dick's a tragedy if you really think about it. I just simply can't.
I'm sure people would agree. Absolutely.
I'm staying single. Forget this love crap. It's not worth it right now.
Right, girl, that's what I've been saying. A temporary decision anyway. And, believe it or not, truth be told, Scout's honor.
Go on.
I know how it feels. I'm not brand new, if that's what you think.
Do tell, girl. Spill tea I don't know about.
If I had enough time, I'd give you the full rundown as usual. Seriously. We've finally reached a place where we don't keep secrets.
None.
Absolutely.
I tell you my life story. As painful as it may be.
On the same note. Who wants to give undeserving people attention they haven't earned? Not I.
Not us. That's for damn sure. Give a nice slap up top for that one. Yes, I like the way you think.
Now, I love men. I think they're awesome. An asset to life, but I don't have the energy for lies and debauchery.
You can say his name, Taylor.
Who?
Stop.
Please tell him to kick rocks till his boots have holes in them. Thank you very much.
Come on. It's okay, sis.
This elevator's taking longer than usual. Haven't you noticed?
Not really. Time flies when topics are juicy. That's the real tea, girl.
What's next?
Darius. Hunting you down in 2.5 seconds.
Why? That's a mystery man if I've ever seen one. My treatment of him is still the same.
That could change if you just give him a chance.
Whatever.
He needs your influence.
This is the face of a woman who doesn't care honestly.
Taylor. Relax. Look, I'm glad we're friends and I adore your advice, but you have to allow me to give clarity as well.
Clarity.
Yes.
Okay, sis.
Unbelievable. Really?
I hear you.
I hope so, because I'm more forthcoming than you.
Opening up isn't always easy, but I need you to know I appreciate you.
I'm aware, and I most certainly do.
Good. Anyway, my parents' company, selling jewelry and studies keep me busy. I hardly have time for much of anything. It's not happy around the clock. I can't stand it sometimes.
I'm wearing some of your pieces now. You need to be showcasing your fabulosity as well.
Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic. Maybe. Strange. Certainly.
I can always count on you to support. Thank you.
No problem. Either way, money's great, I'm sure. Douglas and Sophia's contribution must be awfully nice.
Pretty much.
Me and the girls are doing a little shopping this evening.
Of course.
Oh, come with, girl. Come with us. Live your life.
Can't. Too much work. And this elevator service sucks. Jeesh.
Just letting you know I feel for your soul. Next time, I guess.
When time permits, I'll be ready to go.
I bet your mother knows more about us than I do.
Excuse me.
I can't hold this in any longer.
Proceed.
You're better than this.
I'm listening.
We went to dinner 2 weeks ago. You spent more time on the phone with your mother than you did talking to me.
Did you hear me call you out your name? Or mention you like to have excessive alcohol while dining?
I like to enjoy myself.
Yes. You certainly do.
You're in a relationship with me, not your mother.
Well, you have to understand. That's my mother, Brian. Come on, honestly.
What am I? Chop suey, I guess. Talking to your mom about a construction hard hat bum who can't get it right. Breaking her daughter's heart.
Calm down.
No. Far from what you're painting me as.
You got it wrong. You have one of the most lucrative jobs around. Don't do this.
Are you sure? Because I heard some of the conversation.
Mothers and daughters talk. We support each other. End of story.
Am I your man, or are you using me for arm candy? And whatever else makes that pretty little head of yours tick.
Not true. This is about you, not me.
I have to get back.
Same.
Answer my call tonight.
Maybe.
Helen, I love you.
Be the man I fell in love with. My hard-working, handsome, busy beaver.
You got it.
You're not as great as you think you are. Money can't buy everything.
Wrong.
You're delusional at best.
This meeting doesn't have to be aggressive or quarrelsome. Take my advice. He's using you.
Excuse me. You are out of line.
Jump ship, Caroline.
Don't you dare address me by my first name. You haven't come close, by a long shot, to earning my trust. I can't stand men like you.
I find that hard to believe.
Please.
I tried to help your sister. I'll give you the same advice.
Save it.
Sleeping alone isn't always bad. Some people are laying next to someone that doesn't even love or like them.
What will it take for you to leave my family alone, Mr. Goldman?
I'm not quite sure. I'm having too much fun at this point.
Jack. He's barely himself, let alone the chief of police these days.
So I've heard. Generational wealth is what I'm creating. Starting a legacy. What is it you and your boyfriend do again?
Ask your secretary.
This is why we must ask ourselves, how long are we going to allow opposition to take us on a journey of lies? You and your sister chose the wrong men, which is why you both insist. Wasting my time.
This isn't over.
Let yourself out.
They're not pebbles. They are boulders. Stop minimizing everything. Get out of denial.
You may not think so, but there's life for me without cooperation. Soon, they'll become gravel, small enough to one day disappear.
So, if that gravel falls on you, you'll be a little dead. Right. Not much. Just a little. Thinking this way is a death sentence.
You lecture me because you've been innocent your entire life.
We're not the same.
Bullshit.
I suggest you cooperate. Your feelings won't serve you. Or must you learn this lesson again? Everyone knows what Richard has done to you.
What else, for the love of God?
The humiliation and degradation. Making sure you can never hold your head up. Laughing stock of the country, and, in your case, family withdrawing love and support. To make matters worse, Richard had your wife escorted off Goldman premises.
You don't stop, do you? He's testing my last nerve.
Of course I have this information. Because these days, Jack, there's no such thing as confidentiality in the workplace. When affairs get messy.
That son of a goddamn gun has no remorse. No empathy or sympathy for no one but himself.
Then tell me what you know. Stand up for yourself for once and for all. For Christ's sakes, man.
I can't have any more strife in my home, detective.
I'll have to leave that up to you. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. I know the lingo all too well.
I would have liked a little more information, Chief.
I told you what I knew.
If I find out you're withholding, the Goldmans will be the least of your problems.
Don't you think I want to wake from this nightmare?
It's not my place to wonder.
I want my name redacted.
I can't make any promises.
He's done enough damage to my life.
Look, I understand. However, my hands are tied by law. You of all people know this.
Shit.
Listen, Jack.
Here it comes. The world's most smallest violin.
Hire security if your safety's in jeopardy. They should be able to cut a deal. Since you've given the force blood, sweat and tears for many years.
You really think so, detective? No one seems to have my back around here. So, I'm sick of the sarcastic remarks.
It's time you got real. Open your eyes. Do what's right.
Time? I see. In the meantime, you'll feed my information back to superiors.
We're going to nail their asses.
I hope so. I understand you're one of the best in the field.
I'll be in touch.
Father God, I need you more than ever now.